Hi, my name is Bianca and this is my YouTube channel all about cross stitch, she.bee.stitching, and welcome or welcome back. If you are new, thank you so much for joining me. If you are not new, thank you so much for coming back and joining me on this journey of documentation of all of my cross stitch projects as I maneuver through the world of 2025. It's Sunday, January 26th, and it has been a rough few weeks since I last recorded. It's been 3 weeks since I last recorded, and my goal for this year is to record every 3 weeks. So at least we're on schedule for that. Yeah, I have a lot to talk about today. I have had quite a few snow days, so I've made more progress than usual, I feel like, on projects that I'm working on. So today I have a little bit of everything. I have a finish, a whip update. I almost touched all my whips this time, so almost all my whips. I have a couple new starts, and yeah, so I'm gonna try not to drag this out, and yeah, let's start with my finish. So this pattern is called Memento Mori, the Day's Clock by Sewing Starfish. And whoops, I need something to put behind. There we go. There he is. So I believe I finished this on January 9th. So yeah, I think last time I was on here, I only had like the bottom left to do and like the numbers. And if you look closely on his face, he has like the back stitch numbers. And yeah, I'm really glad I finished this. This was on 14 count Aida, 3 strands, and I figured out that I'm not a 3-stranded stitcher, which is crazy because everything that I learned, all of my first projects were 3 strands, and now I can't stand it. So yeah, my first finish of the year. I don't really have a goal of finishes this year, but it would be nice to get more than last year. I think last year I had 12, maybe 12 or 15. So yeah, if I could get like one more finish than last year, that would be awesome. So here's a good start. Okay, so that's the only finish that I had, and if you see me looking down, I have like a bunch of notes written down. So okay, let's go on with my whips. So the first project that I want to talk about is Halloween at Hawthorne Hollow, and this is like my long haul project. I know I'm going to be working on this one for probably 3 years total. If you can hear my cat or my dog sleeping, they are like below here. So yeah, this is what Halloween at Hawthorne Hollow looks like, in case you haven't seen it, which I would be surprised if you haven't. So my goal for Halloween at Hawthorne Hollow for this year is to finish the second block. And I did have a little bit of a head start on this block here in December, because I think I finished this block, I think around Thanksgiving, I'm not sure. So yeah, okay. And this is on 16 count Aida that I lightly tea dyed myself. And let me fold. All right, and here, oops. Sorry, you would think I would be able to maneuver this piece of fabric much better than I have been, but it's just really big. Okay, there I am. Oh, sorry if you can see the shadow of the phone stand down here, but it's okay. All right, so that's where I'm at. The little head start that I had last year was I had like these birds done and then like most of the ship. So since then I have filled in a lot of the water in the background, and I have completely finished the ship. So I've got these and then all the sails filled in, and I believe this, where my needle is the bottom of the square. So I'm really excited about that. This one has been trying my patience, I'm not gonna lie. This block is really hard compared to the other ones that I've done. There's just so much fill in. Like, this entire square is pretty much full coverage. Like, this is all that's going to be left showing. and then that's the border right there. So that just tells you, yeah. So I've been trying to get a thread in almost every day so far this month on this project, and I was really feeling discouraged because I didn't see any, like, as much progress as I had hoped. But now that I see it, I feel like it's looking pretty good. I'm trying to finish this square hopefully by like the middle of March. So every quarter I have a block done for the year, since there's four blocks. And let me just show you what it all looks like. Yeah, it does look a little weird because I don't have the border done on this one yet, but yeah, that's my progress on Halloween at Hawkman Hollow. All right, the next whip is Good and Everything by Rosewood Manor. This is what she looks like. This is another long haul project. I'm estimating probably a year or two to get this one done. And my goal for this year is to complete like one row of trees. So I decided to keep going with the top row because they're the smallest trees. So I would like to have a nice head start on this. So yeah, last time I was on here, I think I only had like the first tree done. And now this is what my project is looking like. So I have extended the border that the trees rest on. And then I managed to finish 1, 2, 3, 4 more of the trees. So yeah, there's a lot of trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's like 16 trees, and I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees in. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there are a lot of different colors in these trees. It's not just one green, so it takes a lot longer than you think it would for this stitching. And this is on 20 count Aida, so it's much smaller stitching that I'm used to. I guess the jump from 18 to 20 shouldn't feel big, but it does. To me, there's a big difference between 18 and 20. So anywho, let me show you what this looks like all put together. So yeah. All right, next project is Halloween Quaker by Layla's Studio. And last time I was on here, I couldn't remember what the hashtag was for the stitch along that a few people on YouTube are doing. So let me show you what the pattern looks like. And I'm pretty much changing everything in this. I'm changing a lot of the colors, and yeah, I am taking some motifs out and I'm changing other motifs. So we'll see how this one shapes up for the year. So Jen from Jen's Fiberweb is doing the stitch along for this. So it's her, Alex at Alex Stitching, and Erin at Cozy Town Stitches is where I saw the tag out on Instagram. And I think they started this in October because Jen from Jen's Fiberweb was doing like a new project like every day during Halloween, which if you haven't seen her, you should go check that out, because I'm a Halloween stitcher and she just had so many cool projects, and the fact that she was able to make so much progress on them all was like really mind-boggling to me. So I'm trying to get on her level for stitching. So yeah, last time I was on here, I had just started. I just had, let's see, where was I last time? I think last time I was on here, I only had like the smallest start of like the first tree and the outline of the first block. And I decided to stitch up because I started stitching the bottom with 2 strands, and this is 18 count Aida that I dyed myself, so it feels tighter than 18 count. So the 2 strands was just getting really annoying, but I'm too far into the project to pull it all out. So yeah, last time I was on here, I only had the smallest star at the bottom. And this is where I am now. So here's where I was. I added these 3 motifs here, and then I completed this motif here. So this was my first time trying to use variegated thread, and it's DMC, I don't know what, and I don't like how it looks. I feel like it looks better on camera than it does in real life, but I was having so many problems with it because when you pulled like the thread to check for the variegation, the floss was like 4 freaking arms long. So I don't know, I'm not gonna be, you know, trying to stitch with a length of thread that's like 4 arms length long. So I had to like cut and piece out like the colors that I wanted and to find where the variegation was, and it was just such a pain in the butt. And then I literally ended up ripping some of it out the next day after I finished it because there was too much dark in one section where you couldn't even see like what I was stitching. So yeah, variegated thread is not it for me currently. I am planning on trying to do the next motif motif up in a different variegated thread, so maybe it'll be different. I don't know how old this thread is that I had, so maybe DMC has changed or whatever, but it was a really big struggle and I spent way too much time on it. Like, I should have had this done way quicker than I did, and it was really discouraging, honestly. So we'll see what I come up with for the next motif on that. But my goal for this month was actually to get up to this motif, and the fact that I finished it is like, I'm really pleased with myself about that. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit more hopeful on this project. And I have a needle in here because that's just how I roll. Okay, next I have 2 salves that I am doing. So the first one is just my friend and I are stitching this together, and it's called, I don't remember what it's called, Spread the Love. It's called Spread the Love, and it's by Emma Congdon, and I think I found this in Cross Stitch magazine. And that is what she will look like when she is complete. Our goal for this project is to stitch 1 jar a month, and that way for sure we'll have a really big finish for the year, which will feel really nice. And yeah, I decided to start at the bottom left corner. So let me show you what that looks like. It's still my Q-snap, or sorry, what is this called? Nerd hoop. It's in my nerd hoop because this stays on my stand. Yeah, I'm not a nerd hoop girl, but I have this nerd hoop because I wanted to be a nerd hoop girl. And yeah, I don't want it to go to waste. So sorry, I have so much dog hair on here. Okay. Ta-da! I finished the first jar. I haven't done any of the backstitch yet because I haven't decided if I'm going to go this way or go up. But bottom left corner was it for me. And yeah. This is 14 count Aida, so it's going to be really, really big. Yeah, that's pretty much what the whole piece is going to look like. This is where I was trying to see if I wanted to use 1 thread or 2 threads. But yeah. So I think this one is, hold on, what is it? It's the Apricot Conserve. Yeah, so it's, do you say apricot or apricot? So yeah, I say both depending, I don't know, sometimes I say apricot. So apricot jam is the first jar that I am finished with. So yeah, once I figure out which way I'm gonna go, I think then I'll do the backstitch. I don't know, I hate I'm not the biggest fan of backstitching. I shouldn't say I hate it because I haven't done that much backstitching, but yeah, I don't know why, to me it looks like a jar of like, I don't know. It's weird because I know what it's supposed to look like, but literally the backstitching makes it, because you don't know what it is. It's just like a jar. And then I didn't make a mistake down here, so if you look closely, my jars are uneven. The first little indent here is uneven, but that's okay. I wasn't going to pull it all out. Alright, so I am on track to complete this project. So my friend Michelle that is working on this with me, she brought up the fact that it says 95 hours to do, and we did the math, so if you work on this project like once a day for 5 days for 1 hour, that's 5 hours a week, that's 20 hours a month, 20, 40, 20, so 20 into 90, you know, so you'd be done in like 5 months if you stitch on this, on that schedule. But because I have so many other goals that I've got going on, I'm really gonna only commit to 1 jar a month. There are a few jars in the middle that look much bigger, so we'll see how that goes, how that ends up happening. Okay, and the next stitch along that I forgot my printout. Well, I'm not really working on a printout. I printed out the pattern, but all the information for this, I'm reading it on my phone, which is what I'm recording on. So Dee's 20 stitches on Flosstube as well. Last year I saw her Stitch for Pride, and I saw it like way later into the year, probably like May or something, so there was no way that I would have been able to get into it. But this year I was able to purchase the pattern, and I'm really excited because I've never actually done a stitch along with like a stitch along that a whole bunch of other people are working on. So every month she's going to release a new pattern on the 1st, and January 1st she released the first pattern, and I could not decide how or what I wanted to, sorry, I got a text message and I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I couldn't decide on my thread, I couldn't decide on my fabric, so I was going through all my stuff and I found a piece of 18 count Aida that was literally the exact size that I needed, and it was white, and I don't really like stitching on white anymore. I stitched on white when I first started cross stitch because that's all I had, like that's all I like knew. But then I couldn't decide on my floss, and it's really cool because originally I wanted to use Sulky or Anchor floss that I have, but then I can't remember what project it was, but I saw somebody do a monochromatic project, but they just did different levels of like colors of the rainbow. And that's what I decided to do. So I took a screenshot of the floss that they used, and I went through my stash and I had what that person had pulled. And yeah, so this is a piece of 18 count Aida that I really like lightly tea dyed just so I can make it look not obviously white. And my first row of motifs is going to be red. My next row of motifs is going to be orange, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And I'm not doing indigo because I need 6 colors because there's 12 motifs, so there's going to be 2 motifs of each color. Yeah. So the first, I wish I had my printout of, so with the pattern comes like the backstory of who it is that you're stitching, and this first person, Alalgabis, I'm sorry I can't pronounce her name correctly, but she was a Roman emperor that was trans. So a lot of historians talked a lot of crap about her, but you know, you can't take everything, you can't really like believe everything that you hear, especially if it's over like 1,000 years old or however long ago the Roman Empire was. I think it was like 800 AD, whatever. The point is that she was brought to power by like her mom and her grandma. Her grandma was the mastermind, and once she became into power, she was like doing the thing. She was doing whatever she wanted. She was pretty much laughing in the face of Catholicism and doing whatever she wanted because she was a priest before. So she was bringing in the sun god that she was a priest for, and a lot of people didn't like that. And then she was just like sleeping with whoever she wanted and throwing crazy parties, and people didn't like that. So once her grandma figured out that she couldn't like control her, she tried to bring somebody else, her other nephew, into power. And yeah, she was only emperor for like 4 years before she was killed. And I had a really good time. I literally Googled her after I read like what was included in the pattern. So I spent like an hour at work just reading about this person that was they tried to erase from history. Like they honestly tried to erase her. And you read like everything from the historians, and yeah, they didn't like her. So anywho, I started mine in the top left corner this time because that's where I'm doing mine on one piece. So I'm following the pattern of the layout, and top left corner is where they started. And here is where I am at. I'm not completely finished. I just need to do like the whole bottom part. But you can tell she's lounging. She's lounging on the chaise. And this is 817. I almost did 8666, but against the tea dye it looked orange and I didn't want that. I want it to be clearly, like the colors to be clearly able to see. And this is one strand of DMC, and it's crazy because I wasn't sure if I liked this enough, but I'm quickly becoming a one strand stitcher. And if you look closely, you can still, sorry if that's not focusing. Yeah, I couldn't decide if I liked seeing the X's or not. But you can't even see like how from far away it looks good. It looks full. It looks full enough. Yeah. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. I feel like I have been rambling. I've been talking for 20 minutes. Okay, let's see. So if you saw my last video, I have plans of 12 priority patterns that I want to get started this year. And I'm kind of doing like one in, one out. So if I finish one pattern, I can bring in another pattern, or if I finish like a page, I can bring in another pattern just for those first 12. Once I hit those first 12 patterns as a new start, I'll figure out what I want to do for like the rest of the year. So because I finished Memento Mori, I decided to start or restart Unexpected Visitors, and that is by Night Spirit Studios. That is what she looks like. And let's see. Yeah. So this is done on 18 count Aida that I got for Christmas. And this is a bottom left start. And this is a really nice gray. So, sorry. I have been getting into the habit of not cutting my fabric down to the size that it should be, and I don't know why, but it took me forever to cut the Halloween Quicker. I guess I should have mentioned that when I pulled up Halloween Quicker. But yep, bottom left start, Unexpected Visitors, and so far I'm doing this with one strand of 310. Well, you can really see the creases on the hoop. So in the picture, I wish I can't show you the pattern. So in the picture, the border is really, like you can see, it's really like nice and ornate. And I wanted it to look like lace. So that's why I started with one strand. And there you go. You can clearly see that the X's, you can clearly see the X's. So yeah. I think I'm gonna do all the border in one strand and then the inside border with two strands, just because I really want this to look like lace. And if I'm hoping that that's what it's gonna turn out. Sorry, I need to figure out like a different lighting situation because it's really annoying that you can see the shadow of the phone. So yeah, I want the border to look like lace. So everything else I'm probably going to stitch with two strands instead of one. And hopefully the effect comes out how I want it to. Okay. Alright. So that was my finish, my whips, and my new starts. I am still going strong on my cross stitch no buy. I'm almost 1 month down, so almost 4 more months to go. Sorry, I feel like I just changed colors in here. There we go. Strange. I'm rambling. Okay, so I have been trying to reorganize my stuff and finding what I have. And a few months ago, maybe in October or September, a lovely lady from one of our lady, why do I keep saying lady? She's not I guess she is a lady, but anyways, so One of our members of our cross stitch meetup group, she brought like a whole big stack of magazines to just go through and take whatever you wanted. And I love going through like the old magazines. And I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I haven't shared these on here. So I just wanted to go through these really quick. Maybe you recognize some of them. And I just, let's see. Okay, so the first one is just cross stitch, and I don't even see, I don't know what year this is. I don't know, but that's what the cover looks like. I'm not stitching this stocking, but there was, let's see, there was an ornament in here that I wanted to stitch, and I can't find it now. So I had put like a bunch of, well, there were like sticky notes. There were sticky notes in here. Here's one. It's a pear sampler. So it's a sampler in the shape of a pear. So you can see there's like a tiny tree and a little bird, another little bird, a little basket. Thought that was really cute. So yeah, that's one of the patterns. Next magazine is just cross stitch. Again, I don't know. Let's see. I really should have tried to check this before. Here we go. November, December of 2008. And a couple patterns in here are this really cool one. I don't know who the designer is. Let's see. Milady's Needle. And it says ABC, come stitch with me. And it's a bookmark. A sampler bookmark. So I really want to do this pattern in here. Okay, next I have two. Sorry, let's do this one. Another just cross stitch magazine. This one is from September, October of 2008. That's what she looks like. And I wanted this for this little guy right here. I love prairie schooler stuff. Have I stitched any of it? No. But I have quite a few patterns. And let's see. I'm trying to cover. Do you still need to cover the patterns if it's in a magazine? Because, I mean, I don't know. Alright. There's that little angry looking dude. Yeah, that's what I want to stitch out of this one. There's a couple more in here, but that one was just like my favorite. Then I have two cross-country stitching magazines. And one is from June 2007, and the other one, oh, it's from June 2008. So I thought these were really cool because of the cover photos. So if I could be a quilter, I would want to, but I am not in this life. This is cross stitch, so I can cross stitch a quilt, even though I can't make one. Yeah, so that's why I grabbed this one. And then this one also has one. I thought that was really cool. And then I was thinking that I can even put them like together on one huge thing. And then just whenever I have a day that I don't know what I want to stitch on, I can just, you know, go block by block. So yeah. Okay. And then this one was really, really cool. So this one is called Holiday Horses by Linda Gillum. And it says 6 cross-stitch carousel horse designs. So that's what the cover looks like. And I am not a patriotic stitcher. However, they have a Halloween horse in here. So I'll just go through all of these to show you. So the first one says here is Be My Valentine. So that's a Valentine horse. Oh, it's really cute. The next one is Joyful Easter. So there's, oops, sorry, an Easter horse. The next one is, sorry, I have like a bunch of sticky notes on here because my friend wanted some of these. Okay, so America the Beautiful. So that's the one that was on the cover. Next is Halloween Treat, which is the one that is my priority for wanting to stitch. Lots of back stitching in all of these. Next, Happy Thanksgiving. After that is Season's Greetings. So this one's like the Christmas horse. Oh, sorry, that's the last one. So the last one is a Christmas horse. I don't even like Christmas, but wouldn't it be nice to have all of these done and then just swap them out as the seasons come and go? Yeah, so those are the stack of magazines that I was able to, well, she so graciously decided to come see. If you can hear my dog drinking water, I don't know why he's really thirsty at night. Hold on, let me pause. Okay, he's done drinking water. Okay, so one last thing that I want to talk about is for Christmas, my husband so graciously gifted me a bunch of fabric. So I have pretty much decided that I am an 18 count stitcher through and through. I have dabbled in 20 count, but 18 count is my favorite right now. So because it's my favorite and I have plenty of white Aida and black, I asked for colored Aida for Christmas, and there was a bunch on Amazon, so we'll just go through what he got me. So the brand is, hold on, KCS. I think all three of these are KCS. Yep, all three are KCS. And what's really cool is that when you get fabric from them, they throw in like a little alphabet pattern in there for you. So, okay, so the first bundle has red, khaki, and dark gray. And this has been on my wish list for like a while, but I just never bought it because I was like, well, I have white, I can dye what I need when I need it. But yeah, I still wanted it. Okay, so here's the red. Nice true red. Here is, oops, the khaki. It's a tiny bit washed out, but yeah, it looks like khaki. And then this is the dark gray. Okay. And then the next bundle, you know what's crazy is that I had these in my cart for so long because I don't really trust like the color descriptions on the internet. So I've ordered lots of things before, and especially like dyed Aida, where the color on the screen comes out to be completely different than when the fabric comes in. So I'm glad that he got me these specific ones because now I know like the nuances in between the grays. Anyways, so this one says gray, khaki, and lavender. So here is the lavender, which is not lavender, that's purple, girl. It's a light purple, but that's not, I mean, it doesn't really look like, it's not lavender in person. It's darker in person than when it's coming out on camera. Lavender. And then I think this is khaki. Yeah, this is khaki because if I put it next to the other one, yeah. So that's khaki. And then they said that this one is gray. Girl, that's not gray. It looks like old paper. Let me pull. If I go back to the dark gray, there's that. You can totally tell that that's a different gray. Oh, and then the gray that I have Unexpected Visitors on. This came in this bundle. So this gray was in, I think, the first bundle. So here you can see the two different grays. That's my dog Nacho snoring. So yeah, two different grays. Three different grays. There you go. Okay, so that's that one. And then the last bundle of fabric he got me is, hold on, that's not it. That one's not it. This one is called Topaz Medium. To me, topaz is like a dark gold. And yeah, this is their Topaz Medium. It's really stiff and starchy, just like all like Amazon 8 is. Also, this is like a strange, it feels like really narrow for how long it is. I don't know. I'm just being nitpicky. Don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet, because I thought this was gonna be much darker. Like, I wish I had something yellow to hold up next to it. Maybe if I hold it up next to, here we go, the other khaki, the khaki. There. It looks much brighter on camera. In real life, it's like kind of like a dull gold. Mustard, not even mustard, no. But yeah. No idea what I'm gonna do on the yellow yet. Everything else already has a loose plan. So yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about today. So for the next, oh no, I have one more roll. One second, I have one roll. This one had only grays in it. So this one is light steel gray, gray, pearl gray. Yeah, pearl gray, light steel gray, and gray. So here is the light gray. Same as the other one. Here is the pearl gray. It looks blue almost. Here we go. That's blue. And then, so the unexpected visitors is the dark gray. So, if you are perusing this company's Aida cloth because you want a gray, hold on, I'm trying to. Yeah, here we go. Sorry about that. Here's the gradient. Shh. Light gray, pearl gray, gray, and dark gray. So if you want to check this company out on Amazon, I haven't had any problem stitching on unexpected visitors, and it's the only fabric that I've started stitching on from this batch. But I mean, so far so good. Like I said, it is really starched and it's pretty stiff, but all Aida that I've gotten from Amazon feels like that. So yeah, that's all I have to talk about today. It's probably been 38 minutes. It's been 38 minutes and I'm kind of tired of talking. So yeah, plans for... Sorry, I threw everything on a pile on the ground and now I have to put everything up. Alright, plans. So February is a really short month and I have to do a lot of stitching in order to keep up with my goals. So goals for this month, for February: finish another jar. I don't know if I'm going to go this way or this way. This one's going to take forever. So finish another jar. My goal is to finish half, probably more than half. Let's do like this. 2/3 of the block. If I can finish the block, that would be really cool, but I don't think so. So keep working on that with my like thread a day if possible. For unexpected visitors, I would really like to have like the whole border done this way. So I'm gonna keep going this way, and maybe if I can make it to this halfway mark for the border. I really want to get into stitching like down here, which is why I started in the bottom left instead of the top left like I did for the other one, but I don't really want to get into that. corner. We'll see. For Halloween Quaker, I think my goal is going to be to finish like the first half of this little house. Yep. First half of that little house, because if I don't finish this, I'm never going to do it, because like I said, I started with 2 strands and I'm not happy with it. So we'll try to do that. And then for good and everything, I would like to, let's get like 2 more trees in. Yeah. And of course finish the first motif on my D's 20 stitches, and then maybe I can get another new start in next month. If I reach my goal on, I know I said finish 1 square of Halloween at Hawkern Hollow, but like, man, this square that I'm working on is going to take me forever. I just really want to start something else, just so I can have 2 done in the first 2 months, because 12 patterns is a lot. And if I only do like 1 pattern a month, it's going to take me the whole year to get started on those 12. And then I still want to, you know, those are my 12 oldest patterns, and I don't want to keep everything else languishing. So anywho, thank you so much for sticking around. This is quite long for me to be sitting here talking to myself. So thank you if you've made it this far, and hopefully I will see you next time. Stay safe and stay stitching. Bye.